Shabbat Shalom to all of you. We are almost at the end of Shemot HaSefer, the book of Exodus. And we are, this parasha, also this is Shabbat Shakalim. I don't know if you you were aware of the reading of the Haftorah that tell us the Shakalim. And this is about, interestingly enough, it's about bringing and providing to in the building of the Mishkan. But there is something interesting about the Mishkan, from Truma to this parasha of today, and also in Kitisa. There is a theme that resounds constantly. Many of you maybe has passed and you don't realize. And you know what is that theme? It's not the Mishkan itself. It's the Shabbat. Look at it very carefully, and you're going to say, the Shabbat is the Shabbat, is the Shabbat. And here it starts again with the Shabbat. And Kitisa, just before go to the golden calf, is the Shabbat. And Truma, the Shabbat. What is so important, the Shabbat? Because the Shabbat is the glue of the community. And the Mishkan is the place of assembly to focus our eyes upon Him. And He will dwell in us. That means that He will be with us. And this idea is important to understand it. Because when the Creator chose Israel, one of the first things that He chose from the beginning, when we see it in Bereshit, in Genesis, we have Adam and Eve, and we have Noah, and we have all these men. Then later on, Abraham Avinu, our father Abraham, we start the idea of the creation of this new people called Israel later on. And they had a very important function. The function of Israel was to be separated, that word holy. And because we have given such a theological understanding to holiness that we miss the practicality of the Torah. And there's going to be a group of people, a tribe, you call it, a nation, that was going to be separated specifically because they were going to be the teachers. They were going to be the one that they're going to make known these 10 words that were the basic understanding for humanity about the way that humans, they need to treat each other and to have a relationship with the Creator. The idea that there is only one God, there is no many. The idea that this pluralism doesn't exist because there is the unity of the Creator. The idea that no one religion is better than the other. Is the idea that who is the Creator and made us all of us. If He makes us to all of us co-equal, without differences in the sense of value, whether was the differences was in their way of calling or what the Lord has asked them to do. There are not two people alike, but one is no more valuable than the other before God. Only that we have different attitudes, different talents, different capabilities, and each one needs to use that accordingly. That is the responsibility. In this parasha, Vayakhel, the word Vayakhel is a very interesting word. But it comes, the word here, the center is kahal. No? If we have the word kehilat, a congregation or a group of meeting, and He is going to call us to be part of this assembly, the edat, the assembly. No? And we are going to be part of this group. And this group is going to have an essential responsibility. The responsibility we are being called or legoyim, lie to the world. And what we were going to transmit it to them? We're going to transmit these tablets that he has given to us. They're so important for the whole humanity. But the problem is that sometimes we confuse religion with relationship with the Creator. And we can become, this term they say, holier than thou, that we think we are better than the others, only because we have certain responsibilities that are different to others. You know, how many people they think they are better than others because they have certain position, or certain wealth, or certain knowledge. You know, it's like today we can say a doctor is better than a mechanic. No? Or we say, you know, a lawyer is better than an economist, or something like that. You know, each one has their own role to play. There's no one more important than the other. It's the community together, that they work together for the well-being of everybody. And here comes a very important key of understanding about the Hebrew mentality, the revelation of the Middle Eastern mentality, the philosophical understanding. The Creator makes us holistic. But to be holistic in the whole means that he works with individuals. That is very important. Individuals are important because each one of them adds something to the community. And when you put all the effort together, the community enhances. But each one is important in the eyes of God. And each one belonging to the community makes the community. The community by itself doesn't have a value, it doesn't have a value by its members. Meanwhile, we are in the Western civilization, we are in this world today, in which we enthrone the individual. Individualism is the center key of everything. You know, the world exists for my own goodness. And I am a utilitarian. I use the world for my own win. Who is a good government, or who is a good, the one that gives me something? And the Creator made the philosophy totally different. Each one of you has been given something to give to others, to bring to others. You are a very important member of the community because you have something to bring to the community. You are not the center of the community, you are part of the community. And we start valuing ourselves not for how much do I have or how important I am, but because I am part of this community. When you build a wall with bricks, you know, and you put all the bricks in the wall, you see, which brick is more important? All the bricks look the same. You know, and I can assure you, you put one brick, you know, you're going to leave a hole. And everybody's going to see that part that's missing. But you have the whole wall, it's okay. Now, there are certain bricks that have certain functions. The location that they are, where they are put, you know, they can cause more damage than others. I call it the foundational bricks. And when those foundational bricks fail, and you take them out, the whole world collapse. We are in this world today that we are facing situations that are very difficult. Because we have the Torah who teaches the moral values, and we are facing this world who is totally trampling on the moral values of the Torah. And to me, the most scary thing is that most of us, and I am not talking about the outsiders, I was talking about us, most of us, we are falling in the trap. Because we are accepting the moral values of the world instead to accept the moral values of the Torah. And to the point that even we are doubting if the Torah was right or was correct. Oh, that's just all. That's what the old way to talk. There's not any longer that valid. Morality cannot be exchanged. Do you remember when I talked about the society that was moral, immoral, and amoral? Do you remember? And when I told you that the Creator gave us a moral society, we as His people, we wanted or not, we went to the direction of immoral society. We start practicing things against what He was teaching us, knowing the consequences. But you know what is the worst thing that can happen to society? When we arrive to an amoral society. That means that we don't have values anymore. Each one does according to their own understanding. And this is nothing new. In the book of Judges, 15, that is the end will say, everybody did according to their own understanding. If you think we are discovering something new, it's like you say you are rediscovering the wheel or reinventing the wheel. You cannot reinvent it. Everybody knows the wheel. Then what is this special parasha is trying to teach us today? The Creator used a pedagogical teaching, wrapping up the golden calf, idolatry. Idolatry is equal to adultery. What it means is to exchange the truth for something false. You know, I always use the term genuinely, genuinely imitation. It's a genuine imitation. Looks alike, but it's not the same. Most of the religion, they sell you a genuinely imitation of the Creator. But the truth of the matter, you cannot put or encapsulate the Creator. That's the most of the religion is trying to do. And the Creator doesn't think like you. That's the problem. He is the one that tells you, no, you tell Him. It's no, you don't worship Him according to your conditions. He tells you how. And for Him, the most important thing is not how you treat Him, it's how you treat your fellow neighbor. This is how I talk to you, if you remember, this concept that was given to you. I start with emunah, faith. Then we went to bitachon. What it means, emunah to bitachon? Emunah, faith, and bitachon. Put your faith working on trusting. That is trust. You know, you can have a lot of faith, but at that faith you don't put it in action. What happens? Nothing. You need to work out. And then something that He did with us as human beings. He didn't make us robots. He gave us the capability at the difference of the animals that were only pure instinctive creatures. He gave us the capability to reason, to think, to do, to act. And this is what I call it Bihara Hopshi. Free will. And the consequences of the free will is kavanah, the intentionality. And this is what finally the Creator judge. Your intentions. You know how you heard us saying that this world is full of good intentions. But what is happening? No, what do you want to do certain things? For your own benefit or for the benefit of the community? And in this process, we do not grow. Why we do not grow? Because most of the time, we get to the point that we become stuck on ourselves. The Creator put the Mishkan because with that will cover the sin of Israel with idolatry, trying to replace the Creator for something else. And this idea that already came out, that almost they made Moshe Rabbeinu like a god. That tendency of men to make other things gods. Idolatry is very pervasive. And we are infected by the virus of idolatry. The Creator wanted to cure us and to send us and to focus us on something, on Him. And the focus was the Mishkan. And the centrality of Mishkan was the Torah, the Ten Commandments, the Aaron with the tablets. That was the centrality. Ask any of the greatest sages, and they're going to tell you about that. But the problem to me is not about if I am right or I am wrong. Because I am human and commit many mistakes. To me, what we need to examine is about what the Creator was trying to give it to us. And He gave us the 10 words, was for something very special. Because the Torah is simplicity. No, it's not to make it more complicated. But at the same time, gave you the opportunity to be responsible for your own acts. You do it, you respond for it. That has been always the same. And guiding the people of Israel little by little according to their understanding at that time. And what I say, winning them out of idolatry. And making them to focus better on Him alone. And still today, in the 21st century, many of us, we have problems with idolatry. Fetishism, all these things, our heroes and things like that. We worship certain things, ideas, we worship things, instead to focus on the Creator. And here, look at what this portion is telling us. He comes from Truma that says to tell us about how to build the Mishkan, the appliances, the furniture, the things that need to be done. But in this portion, what is calling us as individuals, and each with a Hoffman Lev, with a very special heart. And the leitmotif of this parasha is Lev, heart. And heart not understood in the way that is understood today. The heart is not understood about feelings or sentiments. It's about reasoning, action, and will. And told the people, those who have the capability to do certain things, go and do it. You see, start with the furniture and the appliances, and end it with the who are going to do this work, us. Inanimate things cannot work, can do nothing. It's us as human beings that we have been brought here to do the changes, to participate, to be together as community. The individuality is lost in the community when all of us we participate and we are bricks, each one in the world, and no one trying to be better than the other in the sense of all doing their functions. Anytime that somebody comes and say, I am better than you are, that already is making this a difference. It is all of us participate. My calling to you in this morning is something that my dream has been always, to bring all of us together as a community, to worship the true God, the only one, there is no other one besides him, you know? But there's all the nations of the world are together. You know, our slogan that we have is Yeshayahu Hanavi, the prophet Isaiah, 56, you know, 7b, we say, you know, Ki beit tefillah, you know, this is going to be my house, the house of prayer for all the nations. Ki beit tefillah, vayikare kol ha'amin. I ask you, are we going to have this assembly and this group of people? And we are going to be together as a people, and we are going to do what we need to do. And ask yourself, as individual, what I have been called to do? What my presence in this community is, why my presence here in this community is important? How I participate, how I act, how I do. You know, this is what is so exciting. And you want to be amazing. All your qualities, all the special things that you have are necessary. Each one of you is very necessary. No one is more important than the other. But all together, we form this community. And this is why I start with the Shabbat. Because in the Shabbat, we come together and we glue each other. That in more than the rest of the week, we are being really empowered by his presence during the week. Thank you so much for this wonderful Shabbat. I hope to see you again. Shabbat Shalom.